Hello students, today I want to explain bonding in coordination compound under the chapter coordination compound. Now here we can explain valence bond theory. We can use the valence bond theory to explain the geometrical shape of the complex molecule. For that, it is considered that the central metal atom or ion, like say in this complex, cobalt is the central metal ion, its n-1 d orbital, ns orbital and np orbital can be hybridized, or the ns orbital, np orbital and outer nd orbital can be hybridized to form hybrid orbitals in which the ligand donates its lone pair of electron. Now, in case of covalent molecules, simple covalent molecules, we have found that the orbitals, those are hybridized, they contain electron. But in this case, the orbitals of the central metal atom or ion, their vacant orbitals are being hybridized. In these hybridized vacant orbitals, ligand donate its electron to form the bond. Now, let us find the example, say Fe(F6) 3-. Now, usually these complexes has got hybridization like sp3 giving tetrahedral geometry, sp3d2 and d2sp3 octahedral geometry. Here it is considered that this is the nd orbital, that is the outer d orbital which is used in the hybridization. So the complex having sp3d2 hybridization is called the outer orbital complex, and this is n-1 d orbital, d2sp3 hybridization therefore leads to inner orbital complex. Now for this complex Fe(F6) 3-, which is a paramagnetic complex, that means we can predict the geometry of these complexes from the magnetic property by getting some help from the magnetic property. Now find that Fe3+ having ground state configuration 3d5, so there are 5 unpaired electrons. Now in Fe3+, which is in complex, there to accommodate 6 ligands, 6 orbitals, vacant orbitals are required. So we can say that sp3d2, that is 4s, 4p and 2d orbital, nd orbital, that is 4d orbitals are being hybridized, giving rise a octahedral geometry. So this complex has got octahedral shape, and here from we can calculate the magnetic moment also by using this formula. Mu is the magnetic moment, which is equals to √n into n plus 2. So since there are 5 unpaired electrons, so the value of magnetic moment is coming as √35, 5.92 Bohr magneton. Now for this complex CONH3 3+, CO3+ is the central metal ion having ground state configuration 3d6. So we can find that there are 4 unpaired electrons initially in the ground state, but in the complex it is found that this complex is diamagnetic. That means there will be no unpaired electron. Therefore, these electrons are being paired up in the complex, and n-1 d, 2d orbitals are taken from here, s and 3p orbitals. So the hybridization is d2sp3. So this d2sp3 hybridization also gives rise octahedral geometry. So this complex is having octahedral shape, and the magnetic moment is 0 since there are no unpaired electrons. So these two were the octahedral complexes. Now let us take a complex which is NiCl4 2-, which is paramagnetic. Now in the ground state Ni is 2+, having 3d ground state configuration. So there are 8 electrons, and out of that 2 electrons are unpaired. Since it is a paramagnetic complex, so hybridization is not, pairing of electron in the n-d orbital is not taking place. So the outer orbitals, that is 4s and 3p orbitals are taken in the hybridization. So the hybridization is coming sp3. That gives rise tetrahedral geometry. So NiCl4 2- complex is having tetrahedral shape, and its paramagnetism we can calculate. There are 2 unpaired electrons, so it is coming √8, that is 2.83 Bohr magneton. Next, we can take another example of CrH2O whole 6 3+. In this complex, now chromium is in +3 oxidation state, having 3D configuration, 3D3 configuration, and this complex is also paramagnetic complex. Now, since in the ground state there are 3 electrons, and these 3 electrons should not be paired up, rather, and therefore there will be no pairing up of electrons and in the complex, and therefore we can take the orbitals, these 2 vacant orbitals from the n-1d, that is d2s, and 3p orbitals. Total 6 ligands are there, therefore 6 orbitals are required. So the hybridization is d2sp3, and the hybridization is giving d2sp3 hybridization giving geometry as octahedral geometry. So this complex is also octahedral complex, and the paramagnetism can be calculated as, since there are 3 unpaired electrons, so we can put this thing in the formula √n into n plus 2. It is giving √15, that is 3.87 Bohr magneton. Now let us find some other examples like this. Those are very important one. We can see some unusual thing here also, like NiCO whole 4 nickel tetracarbonyl complex. This complex is found to be diamagnetic. Now nickel here having 0 oxidation state, so in the ground state it is having configuration 4s2 3d8. So the ground state configuration is this. Now since the complex is diamagnetic, that means there will be no unpaired electrons. So these 2 electrons are being paired up here in this orbital, in this orbital. So this orbital is being vacant. Now since this 3d and 4s orbitals are having very close, their energy levels are very close, so these 2 electrons are considered that they are coming in this orbital. That means initially these 2 electrons are being paired up here, and this 4s electrons is coming in the 3d orbital. Therefore there is no unpaired electron, making the 4s vacant, and 4s and 3,4p orbitals are being hybridized to form sp3 hybridization. That means 4 orbitals are there, giving rise a tetrahedral geometry. So NiCO whole 4 is a tetrahedral complex, and since there are no unpaired electrons in the complex, therefore it is a diamagnetic complex having magnetic moment 0. Next, NiCN whole 4 2-. Now in this complex, Ni is also 2+ in oxidation state, having ground state configuration 3d8. So we can find that there are 8 electrons in the ground state in the nickel 2+ ion. Now when nickel 2+ in the complex, since it is a diamagnetic complex, these electrons are being paired up. So in the 4d orbitals, 4 n-1d orbitals, the electrons are being paired up, making this one vacant. So this d orbital, s orbital and 2p orbital are hybridized to give rise dsp2 hybridization, that gives rise square planar geometry. So therefore NiCN whole 4 is square planar in shape and having magnetic moment 0. So we can compare these 2 complexes. See that in both the cases it is diamagnetic nickel complex, but it is tetrahedral and it is square planar. Both are having magnetic moment 0. Thank you.